Hello FFA members, we are here today at EPCOT for the Flower and Garden Festival. I'm going to take you through some of the topiaries as noted by Buzz and Bo Peep behind me. We're going to look at some of the landscapes here. We're going to do Living with the Land, which takes you through one of the greenhouses here at EPCOT. So we're going to see a lot of stuff today that we've seen in class and on our ID slideshows this semester. Here we've got several different varieties of bromeliad. We had silver vase on our ID list this semester, but here we've got some different variations. You can kind of get a closer look at it and see that it's got a real thick leaf to it. Here is a mix of colors of sun patiens. They're like a cousin to impatiens. You can even see they have them in these floating garden spaces out here in the water. Here we've got a mix of a few things, but specifically Easy Wave Petunia right there and Springerii fern. So you can see for this, the wings of this butterfly are sun patiens where the body is a begonia and then the greenery around it is coleus. Here we are in the Canada Pavilion, and so of course they've got some Canadian geese here, and you can see the tops of their wings are covered in hens and chicks, which is a succulent. And here we've got the Canadian flag. The red parts, of course, are the begonias, but all that white stuff is Dusty Miller, just like we had in the greenhouse. So just like we talked about in floral design, with this mixed container, we've got some thriller. So we got some line flower, we got some filler, and we got some spiller. Mixed container, we've got some celosia, we've got some coleus, and we've got some creeping jenny.
Fish get fed?
Gardenias. All right, we're on Living with the Land. This is an interactive ride that goes through a lot of different biomes here in the U.S. and then it gets to the public greenhouse here at EPCOT. So we'll show you a bunch of that when we get there.
Living system. And while this arid landscape may seem lifeless, it is very much alive. It once appeared as desolate as the desert, but over time, rainwater and nutrients gradually penetrated the hard surface of this land. Even the hooves of the mighty buffalo helped create the rich soil that would one day become home to the American fauna. Of all the forces at work on the land, humans have had one of the most profound effects. The need to produce food for a growing world led to the enormous use and sometimes overuse of the land. In our search for more efficient ways to grow food, we often fail to realize the impact of our methods.
So one great thing about here at EPCOT, not just in the Living with the Land ride, but all through the park, you don't have to be in horticulture to know what a lot of these are. They're really plainly labeled for everybody. Up here we can see a couple members of Disney's horticulture team at work this morning.
More than 28 million tons of bananas are eaten annually.
The tropics are home to the greatest diversity of plants on the planet. Many of these, like papaya, bananas, cacao, coffee, and rice, are well known around the world. These are just a few of the edible plants that have been an important source of nutrition for people living in the tropics. Many are rich in vitamins and minerals, while others are well adapted to growing in less than ideal conditions. Some, like the water lily, thrive in wet, swampy areas and waterways. All parts of this plant, even the flower petals, are edible. The starchy fruit of the plant has long been used to make flour for baking. One day, many of these lesser-known tropical plants may be as important as the bananas growing on both sides of the boat. More than 28 million tons of bananas are eaten annually, making it the most popular fruit in the world.
There you can see the bananas. Now this is the aquaculture portion of the greenhouse out here. They're going to grow some things like tilapia and hybrid bass, and I've seen some catfish and stuff in here too. You'll notice the red lights. They actually do that in here to help reduce algae buildup.
But fish farming or aquaculture accounts for nearly half of all seafood consumed globally. Tilapia, bass, and catfish are the ones you see here are 3 of the more popular crops raised by fish farmers. The sustainable system you're using here recycles the water in the tanks. As a result, we're able to save millions of gallons each year. Our small fish farm produces nearly 5,000 pounds of fish each year to serve at restaurants around Walt Disney World. Innovations like this contain critical old-out efforts to produce valuable harvests and still protect the natural.
So you can see these are some freshwater shrimp tanks in here. So if you've taken animal science before, you may have remember that stuff.
While there are more than 50,000 edible plant species in the world, most of us are only familiar with the handful that make up our everyday diet. The common grains growing here, wheat, maize, sorghum, and millet, plus rice, account for nearly 2/3 of our global food consumption. Learning how to increase yields of these staples is an important goal of research around the world. These plants are definitely on their way up. Innovative growing techniques like these increase yields while more efficiently using resources like water, fertilizer, and pesticides. Another innovation at work here is our integrated pest management program. By populating our greenhouses with beneficial
So here in this section too, they have a lot of hydroponics. So that's what these rows are of things like lettuce and stuff over here. Here's another great example of it. You can see the different color makes a Mickey Mouse shape.
Water and nutrients. With it, we can produce over 27,000 heads of lettuce a year in this one small area.
The future of agriculture may include innovative ideas like this vertical growing system.
Some of our best ideas have been inspired by nature, like these fruit and vegetable trees. By growing these ground plants vertically, we can increase yields and better control diseases. These crops taste as good as they look. In fact, we serve more than 15 tons of produce from our greenhouses in restaurants here at the land every year.
In our lab, EPCOT scientists are working with the U.S. Department of Agriculture on a number of innovative projects. The goal of these
We have some vertical techniques that reduce the amount of space it takes to grow. With some tomatoes, we've even got some pansies and things over here, some zinnia. And then here we've got integrated aquaculture. So this fish waste is what fertilizes those flowers that are up top up there.
A fraction of the space required by traditional growing methods. That saves water and increases production. The aquaponics system on your left combines hydroponics with aquaculture. The fish provide a natural source of fertilizer for the plants, and the plants help keep the water clean for the fish. It's another great way to produce more while using less. In our lab, EPCOT scientists are working with the U.S. Department of Agriculture on a number of innovative projects. The goal of these efforts is to produce higher yielding and better quality plants.
Thanks for watching, and hope you enjoyed seeing different parts of the Flower and Garden Festival here at EPCOT. I've made this video for the Commerce FFA chapter, but if you're watching from another place, please tell me in the comments. I'd love to know. And be sure to like and subscribe for more. Thanks.